Gurubhyo Namaha. This is Muthu Meenakshi from Pon Vidyashram. I welcome everyone to the next session on Class 8 Mathematics. Before starting with today's session, let us listen to this quote. Mathematics reveals its secrets only to those who approach it with pure love for its own beauty. Children, I repeat this one. Mathematics reveals its secrets only to those who approach it with pure love for its own beauty. Meaning, if you are showing your full participation and working the problems, you will definitely get the result. So enjoy mathematics and do it. Now, let's start our today's session. This will be part 2 on chapter 3, Understanding Quadrilaterals. In this session, we will be discussing the important properties of quadrilaterals. We have discussed what is a quadrilateral in the first session. Now, this is part 2 on chapter 3. A small recap from the previous session. There are different types of quadrilateral. Before that, all of you know what is a quadrilateral. It is a four-sided figure. Different types of quadrilaterals are trapezium, parallelogram, square, kite, rectangle and rhombus. Now we are going to discuss some of the important properties from these quadrilaterals. Let's first of all recall. So we will see what is a quadrilateral and we will discuss its properties. First one, it is parallelogram. It is a quadrilateral with each pair of opposite sides parallel. So see children, here the side AB and the other side DC will be parallel to one another. It is also similar for AD and BC. So first property, the opposite sides are equal. That is, the side AB and DC are equal. Similarly, side BC and AD are also equal. Now, second property, it is opposite angles are equal. So angle A will be equal to angle C. Angle A and angle C are equal. Similarly for angle B and angle D. And the last one, diagonals bisect each other. So diagonals will bisect each other. We have already learned what is the definition for diagonal in the previous session. Now the second quadrilateral, it is rhombus. It is one of the parallelogram with the sides of equal length. So all the sides will be of equal length. Now consider this rhombus PQRS. Here sides PQ, QR, RS and PS all are of equal length. So all the properties for parallelogram will hold good for rhombus and the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. The diagonals of rhombus will be perpendicular to each other. Now the third one, it is rectangle. Again, all the properties of parallelogram will apply for rectangle and each angle in a rectangle, that is each and every angle will be 90 degree. So all the four angles are 90 degree. And each angle is a right angle. So as it is 90 degree, it is a right angle. Then diagonals are also equal. The continuation. Next, it is a square. Again, it is a rectangle with all sides of equal length. If it is a rectangle, only opposite two sides will be equal. That is, length will be equal, breadth will be equal. If it is square, all the four sides will be equal. So all the properties of parallelogram, rhombus and rectangle will hold true for a square. Next, it is kite. Kite is nothing but it is a quadrilateral with exactly two pairs of equal consecutive sides. So that is, what is the meaning children here? You know what is the meaning for the word consecutive? So consecutive sides means the side AB and AD are consecutive. They are placed next to each other. So they both are equal. Similarly, this side BC and DC are also equal. So property number 1. The diagonals are perpendicular to one another. One of the diagonals, of the two diagonals, any one will bisect each other. Next thing, the measurement of angle B, that is this angle B, will be equal to angle D. But whereas angle A and angle C are not equal. So that is an important property of kite. Now we will first discuss trapezium. We have just seen the important properties. Now we will see the different types of quadrilateral. First, it is trapezium. So trapezium is a quadrilateral with a pair of parallel sides. So any one pair will be there parallel sides. Any one of the pair will have a parallel sides. Look at the figure. These figures are examples for trapezium. All these are examples for trapezium, whereas these are not trapeziums. Now we will see the properties of trapezium. Property number 1, opposite sides are parallel. Number 2, two pairs of adjacent angles add up to 180 degree. 180 degree means it is supplementary. If I say it is complementary, it is 90 degree. Then the two non-parallel sides. So we have discussed only opposite sides are parallel. So one pair will be parallel. So the non-parallel sides can be equal or unequal. Either they can be equal or they will not be equal also. The last one, the diagonals will intersect each other. Then it is kite. Again kite. The kite is a special type of quadrilateral. So here also in the kite, your sides AB and AD will be equal. That is, this AB and AD, they both are consecutive sides. They both are equal. And similarly, the other two sides, that is BC and CD, they are also equal. So these are examples of kites and these are not kites. Now next it is parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral. So we have already discussed the properties of parallelogram. So now we will consider the example, that is this ABCD is a parallelogram, and even this PQRS is also a parallelogram. In both the figures you can just see this side AB and this DC, they both are parallel, and similarly they both are parallel. Similarly the other sides AD and BC, they are also parallel to one another. You can apply the same thing for the other parallelograms also. Now we will discuss the elements of parallelogram. So first, if I say it is a parallelogram, it is a four-sided figure. The parallelogram will have four angles, and we will discuss some of the elements of parallelogram here. Suppose if I consider this figure ABCD to be a parallelogram, the sides AB and DC are opposite sides, and this angle A and angle C are opposite angles. They both are equal. This side AB and the other side BC, they both are adjacent sides. And the other two angles, that is angle A and angle B, they both are adjacent angles. So be very clear children, opposite sides means AB and DC. Even AD and BC are also the opposite sides of parallelogram. If it is adjacent angles means angle A and angle B are adjacent angles. If it is opposite angle means angle A and angle C are opposite angles. Now we will discuss the properties of parallelogram. Properties of parallelogram, first one, it is opposite sides are equal. Again we are discussing the same thing to be very clear and familiar. That is, opposite sides are equal means the side AB and the side DC are equal, and AD and BC are also equal. Opposite angles are equal means angle A and C are equal. Similarly angle B and D are equal. Now the third property, it is adjacent angles are supplementary. So adjacent angles are supplementary means angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. If it is supplementary, it is 180 degree. Similarly angle B plus angle C equal to 180 degree, and angle C plus angle D is equal to 180 degree, and angle D plus angle A is also equal to 180 degree. Now property number 4, the diagonals will bisect each other. Bisect means this portion AO will be equal to the other portion CO. It is also similar for the other diagonal, that is BO and DO are also equal. So there are four properties for parallelogram. Opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, adjacent angles are supplementary, and diagonals bisect each other. These are very important properties for parallelogram. Now we have an activity to try for proving that opposite sides of parallelogram are of equal length. You can just try this. You can take two set squares of angles 30, 60 and 90, place them adjacently to form a parallelogram as shown in this figure, and you can see whether the opposite angles are equal. And one more thing, here look at this figure. You can also prove that the triangles, the two triangles, that is triangle ABC in this figure, triangle ABC and triangle CDA are also congruent to one another. We have learned the congruence of triangles in class 7. I think you remember what is congruency. And these two triangles are congruent to one another by ASA congruency. What is ASA congruency, children? ASA congruency is nothing but angle, side and angle. Look at these two triangles, that is triangle ABC and triangle CDA. In both the triangles, angle 1, see I have marked here, that is angle 1 is equal to angle 2. And similarly, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Why are they equal? Why are they equal? Because they both are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are equal, no? So then it is the side AC. Side AC is the common side. This side is a common side. So we can use the property of ASA, that is angle, side and angle. So by ASA congruency, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. Hence by CPCT, that is CPCT means corresponding parts of congruent triangles. By CPCT you can say the side AB is equal to DC and the other side BC is equal to the side AD. So you can try this activity. So the first property is very clear, I think. Opposite sides of parallelogram are of equal length. Now property number 2, opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. Again it is the same way, you can try this activity when you are free. So that is, again if I say it is opposite angles, if it is angle, see angle B and angle D will have the same measure. If I say it is opposite angles, angle B and angle D will have the same measure. In the same way, measurement of angle A and angle C will also be equal. So property number 2, that is opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. Then it is property number 3, adjacent angles of parallelogram are supplementary. That is, if you measure the two adjacent angles, they will give you the value of 180 degree. Let us see this example, children. Look at the example. In a parallelogram RING, the measurement of angle R is 70 degree. You have to find all the other angles. You know the properties of parallelogram, that is, if angle R is 70, definitely angle N also will be 70. Why, children? Because what property we will use here? Opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. Similarly, if you are finding out this angle I, you can say that angle I and angle G are equal. So to find out angle I, what is the property we are going to use is adjacent angles of parallelogram are supplementary. That is, angle 70, that is 70 degree plus angle I is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle I will have the value of 180 minus 70, that is 110. So if angle I is 110, similarly angle G also will be 110. So if you add all the four, you know angle sum property of parallelogram is 360 degree. Yes or no? So sum up everything and see 70 plus 110 plus 110 will give you the result as 360 degree. So by looking at this example, two properties of parallelogram should be clear for you. That is, opposite angles of parallelogram are equal and adjacent angles of parallelogram are supplementary. And one more thing, even angle sum property of parallelogram is 360 degree. That is, angle sum property of any quadrilateral is 360 degree. Now the last property of parallelogram, that is diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So here diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other means, again we can take this figure, that is A, B, C, D as a parallelogram. To justify this one, again we are going to apply ASA congruence. We will see what is ASA congruence. ASA congruence is nothing but angle side angle. So let us consider this triangle AOB and triangle COD. In both the triangles you can apply ASA congruency, and if you are going to prove the two triangles are congruent to one another, then by CPCT you can say the side AO is equal to the side CO, and similarly the side BO is equal to the side DO. So how are we applying ASA congruency here? That is, see, In triangle AOB, look at angle 1 and look at angle 2. They both are equal. So one angle, two angles, and in between you will have a side. So by using ASA congruency, you will prove these two triangles are equal. Then by CPCT, you can take AO and CO are equal, and BO and DO are also equal. So the last property, that is diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other, is verified. Now we will discuss some other special quadrilaterals, that is rhombus. Till here we have discussed the properties of parallelogram. Now we are going to discuss some of the special quadrilaterals, that is rhombus. Next it is rectangle. The last one it is square. So now rhombus, property 1 for rhombus, that is diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Again, here we are going to use SAS congruency. Let us consider this triangle, that is AOD, triangle AOD, this triangle AOD, and the other triangle is COD. See here, AO and CO are equal, and similarly AD and CD are also equal because they are sides of rhombus. So two sides we have taken and one more angle. So by using SAS congruency, we can prove that triangle AOD and triangle COD are congruent to one another, and then in both the triangles, that is angle O will be 90 degree. Then if two triangles are congruent to one another, by CPCT you can say that the diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of each other. You have the proof for this you will study in class 9. So for you to understand, you can now just learn that diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. This is for rhombus. Now property 2, diagonals of rectangle are of equal length. So for rectangle, the diagonals will be of same length. Okay. Here we will take ABCD to be a rectangle. If ABCD is a rectangle, the side will consider two triangles, that is ABC and ABD. In both the triangles, side AB is common, and AB is common for both. BC is equal to AD, and measurement of angle A and angle B are equal because it is 90 degree. So by SAS congruency, you can say AC is equal to BD. So the diagonals of rectangle, that is AC and BD, they both are of same length. Then it is diagonals of square are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Again for square, the diagonals will be perpendicular bisectors of each other. So with this, we are completing all the properties of the parallelograms. Just revise the properties, be familiar with the properties. The proof for the properties, you need not worry, you will learn that in 9th standard. Now as far as 8th standard is concerned, you just be very clear with all the properties. To conclude, geometry of life. Children, life is a curve, it is not a straight line. You will have so many ups and downs in life. You have to face everything and accept it. With this, I conclude my session. In the next session, we will start with the next exercise. Thank you, children.